Listing is what gets your store traction, and I'm not bothered about getting my store traction. Wow, what the hell? Oh, that's on fire. Well, I guess it's snowing then. Oh, get that damn heater on. It's snowing, it's cold, and it's a Sunday. Last night I decided the best thing to do is to clear out a lot of this stuff that I've had sitting here for a very long time, and stuff that I've accumulated over the last few weeks in big bulks that I'm never going to get through, and it doesn't really have much value listing on its own, but if you bulk it all together, there's value. So I'm going to take it all to the auction house, all of it. I've got stacks of electricals, mixed electricals, some airsoft kit, a camera bundle, Cindy, some clothing, some, not just clothing, it's airsoft and camo clothing. There's vintage collectible toys. I'm just gonna drop it all off. When I go in there, sometimes I take 10 to 15 lots and they have to lot them all up and they don't like it. Obviously they get their money, but it's a job they've got to do in the morning. And they're so good over there. They're really nice people as well. Hey, it has to be done. I have to take it over there. So I'm going to load the car tonight, get all of this gone. I'll have all this space back. I'm going to work on clearing this unit here down because a lot of it, you notice this has been sat there probably for the last 4 months. Bought it from a charity shop for like £5, I think. Haven't even tested it. Basically, I thought it was going to be worth a hell of a lot more than it is. It's a Sony DVD VHS copier, rewriter. It's worth about 50, 60 quid. So it didn't give me the motivation to list it like those £200 plus ones. I also decided that I'm not going to list any more items from now until after Christmas. Simply because listing is what gets your store traction, and I'm not bothered about getting my store traction. Wow, what the hell? Oh, that's on fire. Oh my God. That's smoking. No, that's the heater gone. That was an auction pickup for a £5. It's lasted me a couple of months. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Don't know if you can see that, but it's smoking. Oh, well, that's me gonna freeze my little nipples off, isn't it? Fuming. What was I saying? I can't remember. As I was saying, I need to warm myself up a bit now. That's so annoying. Listing items is what gets your store traction. You list every single day and it keeps your store active and the algorithm loves it and it promotes your store, pushes things up, and it's something you really must be doing. I used to go on bulk binge listings. I used to list like 30 a day, 40 a day, not list again for another 4 or 5 days. Not the right thing to do. My friend Rick gave me a kick up the arse and said, stop doing 30, 40 a day and then not listing for 3 or 4 or 5 days. List at least 10 a day and see what happens. It's worked a dream for me. It's obvious, list every day, you're gonna get better traction. But anyway, I've decided that I'm not gonna actually make anything go live. I'm just gonna list loads of stuff. Everything that I've got in this garage is gonna be listed by Christmas. Everything. It's gonna be listed during this Christmas period. And I'm scheduling it so it just goes live 10 every day after, every day after, every day after. So far I've got 17 listings done. So they're not quite drafts, they are actually listed. They're just scheduled. I don't want any of them to go live. So far I've got all of Christmas Eve done and I've got 7 of Christmas Day done. So I'm doing 10 a day. And my plan is to get through all of this. It's all been sat there. I want this shelf empty, or I want this to be moved from here, to the listed section, over the Christmas period. I don't need to go and buy anything else. I always buy because of FOMO. So that's my plan. As I've been sorting out what I want to get listed and stuff, I'm going through it and I'm thinking I'm never going to list that. It needs too much work, or it's perfect for the auction. So that's why I've ended up with this big pile here. Some of you are going to be like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? It works for me and that's what I want to do. My main job today is to get the PS3 photographed and listed. I'm going to list that one on Facebook Marketplace with a bunch of games. Probably not all of these. I don't think any of these are worth massive money, but there's a few that's going to make nice bundles. There's lots of Resident Evil stuff in there, really good stuff. Then I'm going to do the original Xbox we've got tucked around down here. Do the same with that. Although I don't have any games for that, I don't think, unless I have a game in my testing pile, which I don't. So I probably won't do that one just yet. I'll have to grab a game off Jack or someone. But look, there's just so much stuff here that can be listed that's just sat there because it's all like nickety, pickety, schnickety, all those things. I'm going to get it all moved. Then I'm going to pile through some more clothing. So that's my plan for today. I need to have a look at that heater now. That is really, really bad. That's so bad. Right, so it might not be as bad as I think, actually. That is just a sticky back off of a poly mailer bag. So that's obviously what's causing the sound and the ripple. Man, if that is just it, which it must be just that, that's got to be it. That has to be all that's wrong. I'm putting it on the floor to do this. Okay. Yes, boy! Happy days, happy days. Oh, well, that's a freaking result, isn't it? Let's get on and do some work. This is what I'm talking about. I've just dug some stuff out from there, and I found a box with a Mega Drive and a fighter stick and a game. Sadly, that TV does not take the connection that I need to test it. But I found one, just in the garage, just sitting there. Also found an old phone of mine, an Oppo 5G, underneath this here, back from my crypto days when I was using it for that. This garage is full of so many hidden gems, and there's so much money's worth in here unlisted. It's actually diabolical. It's so bad. So I'm going to work on that. I know it's not worth a lot, but I've just found a perfectly good Samsung Galaxy as well. All right, unbelievable. On charge. Well, I don't know much about Xboxes, but I remember something about a red ring of death. And also that doesn't open. So this can't be a good thing. So I'm gonna open it and then help it along. Oh, that top just came off. He did say it was chipped, so that could be probably what's going on. It's probably not the most sensible thing to do in the world, is it? I'm starting to wonder if maybe because it's chipped, it's probably got loads of games on it. I don't know. Let me have a look. I wonder if that's to do with the chip. I've actually lost the chip. There's a little bit underneath here. See that? I think that's where the chip goes. I think I put it up here actually. What did I do with it? There it is. This is what I found. I think that's the chip. Let me stick that on. Do something! Ah, executors. This might work. Please be loaded with a ton of games. And that's why the disk drawer doesn't open, because it's not supposed to, and I'm being a freaking idiot. There's a big hard drive whirling around in there. How big's the hard drive? 200. Let's see what happens, I'll let you know. Right, it's not doing much. So I'm gonna have a little play with these. Bank 1 and 2, I think that probably means stuff that's low. I don't know. But I'm gonna have a go at moving some stuff and see what happens. I'm just gonna let it run for a while and see what happens. I just read something online about holding down the eject button to launch it. Guessing it's differently wired. I might have to ask my uncle, but I really want to figure it out. I can't spend too much time on that. I'm moving over to the GameCube. Test it with a little bit of Resident Evil. Whee! Sweet, get that listed. Well, that's the GameCube, tested, photographed, listed. I've stuck it on Facebook Marketplace for £80. Just move it on. I'll get some low ball offers and I'll probably accept one of them. Moving on to some other pieces now. These are a lot easier to test and photograph, so I want to get some of this stuff done. I'm going to pick out all the bric-a-bracy type stuff. Nothing that needs plugging into electronics. Photographed and ready to go. We've got some Thomas Wooden Track from 2006. We've got a bunch of diorama military figures, Chapman, etc. A bunch of vintage dinosaurs, a Disney toy bundle, a couple of those Thomases, the Mega Drive stick. I've got the GameCube, that's now up on Marketplace. A few more toys in there to go through as well. And this track just here. But the kid needs picking up now, so I'm going to call it here and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.